Hi, my name is Katie Gould, and I am here interviewing my mother, Laura Gould, about her idea of the image of nursing. So tell me about your most recent interaction in the hospital setting, specifically with nurses.
Oh, for sure. One of our family members, as you know, had a stroke last Labor Day weekend, so almost a year ago now, and she was brought to the UNC hospital system in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and because she had so many problems being unable to feed and with her trachea, and she was moved to almost every single level of the hospital. So I was able to meet nurses that were surgical nurses and physical therapy nurses and critical care nurses, and so I was able to meet a lot of different kinds of caretakers.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So tell us how an interaction with a nurse has made a difference in your life.
Yeah, so there was just one nurse that just really made me feel like family. You know, like other nurses, I would be in with Audrey trying to help her, not really knowing what I was doing. And nurses would come in and they'd be like, "Who are you?" Or, "Oh, well, your family." And they would just kind of be dismissive. But this other woman was like, "Oh, honey, how you doing? And, let me get to know you." And we just kind of got to work as a team. And so I would look forward to go back and working with her to help care for Audrey. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. If you could summarize your image of nursing into one word, what would that word be?
Compassion, for sure. For sure, compassion. The ability to give yourself over to being all about somebody else. And I saw that so many times at the hospital. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. So,
yeah. Great. All right. Any recommendations for future nurses?
Yes, be compassionate.
Anything else?
Well, I think it's hard. I don't think they realize that it's hard for the family members, that the family members are maybe needing them just as much as the patient. And then if we could, nurses, like bridge that gap so that we're really a team working together, to get the patient better, as opposed to maybe just the family being in the way.
Right.
Of getting your job done. Yeah, don't do that.
Were there any experiences in the hospital that you thought were, didn't shine the best light on the image of nursing, that you thought, I didn't exactly like how they cared and treated for Audrey at that time? Something that we could identify and then try and work towards fixing that.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Because there were a team of two, actually they were male nurses, which I didn't think anything about. I thought it was kind of cool, actually. But then they were changing her, and they stripped the bed, and they stripped Audrey, and then they just left her there, and she was, unable to protect her or be modest or anything at all. And I don't know that she wasn't raised, like that. All I know is that I could tell that she was really uncomfortable, so I quickly tried to cover her private parts up. But those nurses were just doing a job. They weren't caring about her as a person, and it really showed. I could really tell. So if you're just doing your job because you want to go home at the end of the day, people can tell.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being a volunteer and letting me interview you for this group project. And
you're welcome.